pep talk. These are my notes. We're going to talk about mobility as a linchpin. Sorry for the neglect. I've been doing a lot of pep talks, but if you go between YouTube and TikTok, on one day it'll be on TikTok, another day it'll be on YouTube. So just be aware of that. If you don't see something on TikTok, it's probably on YouTube, and vice versa. TikTok does have priority over YouTube though. I normally use YouTube for more free format things like the road rants and long bits of content. And TikTok is mostly just pep talks. But you need to be checking every day for a pep talk from me, either from TikTok or on YouTube, or both. Today we're going to talk about mobility. Out of the 10 life values, we're going to talk about mobility. And we're going to talk about mobility as a linchpin. When we looked at the 10 life values, again, let's look back at my notes. We got spiritual, we got health, we got family, we got appearance, we got dwelling. Then we got mobility, which I circle, right? Because mobility is the linchpin. Then we got education, profession, leisure, and wealth. Now, if you look off to the right, you'll notice that the top 5 are internal values. The reason these are all internal values is because these are things that go from the inside out. This entire list of values goes from the inside out, right? So from the very, very innermost part of you, you got spiritual. And the most external thing you have is your wealth, right? So we're kind of going from the intangible to the tangible, or the internal to the external. Now, the top 5 are considered feminine because these are things that are akin to your feminine nature. It doesn't mean it's just for women, right? But it does mean that women, being more emotional beings, they're going to be easier to tap into the internal things and deal with those. And then when you look down the bottom, we got the external things. These are the masculine things. These are all tangible, right? You can touch mobility. You can touch education. You can touch profession, leisure, and wealth. But what I want to flip on you is I want to show you how leadership and management is actually in reverse, right? Leadership is the top 5. You are led by these things. You're led by your spirituality, your family, your health, appearance, and dwelling. And you actually manage the other 5. You manage your mobility, education, profession, leisure, and wealth. And mobility is important because mobility is where you have the tools and techniques and technologies to actually get that stuff done. That's all I want to say on a pep talk, but just know that mobility is the linchpin. And mobility is going to be your network and your tools and your technology. You know, if your phone stops working, do you have a Google Voice number? If you lost your internet connection, do you have a hotspot? Do you know people who can help you do things? Do you have a network? Do you know where you are in the world? Can you physically move your body? Mobility is, in my opinion, one of the most important of the 10 life values because it's the one that allows you to do all the other ones. Let's say, you know, you're looking at your spiritual value and you want to go to your church or your temple or what have you, and you don't know where it is, or you can't get there. So due to your lack of mobility, you can't really practice your sexuality. Woo, it's true. But you can't really practice your spirituality the way you want to practice it because you can't get there. Right? And if you can't get there, obviously you can adjust and then you can make wherever you're at your church, so forth and so on. But that's not ideal, right? And your mobility is everything. It's your car, it's your awareness of the transportation systems, it's your understanding of the world, it's news, it's politics, it's all the things that require a network in order for energy to move from the internal to the external and back and forth. So look at your mobility. Make sure that there's no blockers or nothing that stops you from doing what you want to do. And if something goes down, replace it, right? We used to say in IT, probably still do, 2 is 1 and 1 is none, meaning redundancy is the key, right? Redundancy and abundance. 2 is 1 and 1 is none. So make sure you don't go down on mobility, because if you do, it'll fuck up all the rest of your 10 life values. That's all for now.